I welcome you all to the course on gender justice and workplace security. In this lecture, we will initiate discussion on the next module of the course, which is on protection of women at workplace. In the previous lectures, we have laid the ground with regard to the concept of gender justice, the allied concepts of gender stereotypes, gendered socialization, patriarchy. We understand how the social normativity gives rise to various ills by way of compartmentalizing the roles of men and women in society. So, therefore, we have various types of violations of rights which have arisen against women and girl child, whether within the family, at the workplace or in the society, and the various forms of violence which has been perpetrated against them. The situation is quite serious and that necessitates taking of effective steps towards eliminating such practices. In that backdrop, we have the international developments which have taken place and they have gone on to impact the individual nations in the creation of laws and institutions which have tried to establish the rights of women, uphold their rights, end policies and principles which are discriminatory of women, and thereby see to it that gender justice becomes a reality. In this module, we will try to enter the legal domain by specifically looking into the Sexual Harassment Act which has come into existence from 2013. Now, to start with, today we see that we have hundreds and thousands of women who are joining the workforce. Traditionally, the roles of women were confined to the homes. As we have seen, there was the natural belief and that understanding that women are better at nurturing work and therefore, they were confined within the homes to look after children, to do the various household chores, and it was believed that they do not have a life outside the four walls of the house. However, those traditional understanding and the barriers have broken down over the years. Women have been pursuing higher education, women have been pursuing different careers, and as they are moving forward, they are gradually invading spaces which were traditionally reserved for men. So, therefore, there has been somewhere a challenge to the patriarchal mindset where the man was seen as the bread earner and therefore was valued, and the woman was the homemaker and a job which was devalued, which was not looked upon with significance. However, there with the invasion of women into the workforce, we have more and more women coming in different sectors of the economy. So, whether it is the government sector, it is the MNCs we are speaking of, it is the education sector, whatever sector is being spoken of, today we have come up to a situation where we find more and more women in the workplace. However, what has that led into a situation of somewhere a conflict in a sense that since these places were traditionally reserved for women or were traditionally reserved for men, men were more accustomed to accept other men into the fold. and thereby retain their dominance and their superiority, whether in the public or in the private sphere. But once now we have a situation where women and girls are coming up and joining, there it is a situation of uh, unacceptability, a situation where the other group finds it difficult to accept that these roles can also be performed, these roles, these jobs or these positions can also be served by the other group, that is the women, and they feel it many times as a threat to their existence. If we can refer to the case which we referred to in the previous lecture of Charu Khurana, where it was contended that originally and traditionally makeup artists were only men, and if women are allowed, then it would be that the livelihood of several men would be in question. So, it is the same situation that we are looking into, whereby men feel threatened, men feel that traditionally and what had been kept for them is gradually being taken over by women. So, it is a threat to their livelihood, it is a threat to their existence, and therefore, a sort of a conflict situation arises. I nowhere intend to put forward the view that it is always conflict and it is ever a men versus women issue. It is not. Men are also important agents in the process of women's development, because it is both together who has to progress, and therefore, I am nowhere contending that it is one against the other. However, in many situations it has been seen that there is this unacceptability of or acceptance of women has not been there, and that has led to different forms of gender bias and discriminatory practices at the workplace. Now, it is, as we say, more of issues of power relations, the patriarchal and social relations and the myths which we have previously explained, which go into the core of these biased or discriminatory practices. Just for example, many times it may be seen that a woman who is coming to work or is working with others in the office, there are some jokes which are made, which jokes have the tendency to create a uneasy feeling in the women, or which is unwelcome for the woman, but it is done and shared amongst the male colleagues, and they laugh and sneer at her. Now, this is a situation which comes from more of that patriarchal mindset, where in spite of all the colleagues and all the employees being equal, there is still the pervading concept of male superiority which is there in the mind, or the consequent myths which is there, that the woman cannot perform this job, or this job requires certain things which the lady will be unable to perform. So, some such myths which go into the mindset or the psyche of the people, and thereby make them to react in a situation which gives rise to various discriminatory practices or a biased approach towards the women. Now, therefore, when women are a part of the labor force or the workforce, it is important that they must be ensured the necessary rights which are important for them at the workplace. It is also important that given certain physical and physiological issues which are special to women, there must be specific provisions or special provisions made for them to help them to overcome that particular issue which is there, and accordingly there are the labor legislations which have come into place, which tries to address these specific issues pertaining to women, guarantee them the equality, the rights which are entitled to them, and also special aspects which are peculiar to women to ensure protection with regard to those. Now, in India, we have a plethora of labor legislations. Now, these labor legislations generally try to enforce the principles of social justice, social equality and social security. They aim to provide a better working place to the millions who are in jobs while safeguarding their rights and interests. Now, in these labor laws, there are many. Just to mention a few, we have the Industrial Disputes Act 1947, the Equal Remuneration Act 1976, the Maternity Benefits Act 1961, the Factories Act 1948, the Unorganized Workers Social Security Act 2008, so on and so forth. So, if we just see many of these labor legislations have specific provisions with regard to women. While all of these provisions cater to the requirements of the millions of workers which are there are special provisions specifically for women, like the Equal Remuneration Act, in line with the directive principles of state policy, which ensures that there must be equal pay for equal work for both men and women, and there cannot be any difference in that regard. Special laws which are required specifically for women to speak of is like the Maternity Benefit Act of 1961. We know that motherhood is something which is exclusively for women, and therefore, it is a natural part of life and progression of life for a woman, and therefore, it is important that a woman who is to be a mother, she must be guaranteed certain protection for her as well as her child's welfare, which is important for the family, which is important for the society and important for the state. So, therefore, labor legislation in terms of through a specific legislation ensures that there is a specific number of leaves, specific leaves for few months which are given to women who are on the way of motherhood, to ensure that she is able to sustain through that period, live well, and to see that she can come back and join the workforce. So, therefore, there have been these legislations which have come into existence over a period of time. Now, in this regard, one of the issues which have been seen to be particularly plaguing women over the last few decades, not to indicate that the practice was never there previously, but it is only in the last few decades that the matter has come up for discussion. The matter came up before the Supreme Court, and therefore, it got its necessary importance, is the issue of sexual harassment at workplace. Now, what has been seen is that many of these women who are joining the workforce are being subjected to various humiliating, demeaning and degrading behaviors and attitudes of the male employees, and in the process the woman finds it very difficult to work, to continue with her work, to perform well in her work, and it seriously affects the mental and psychological calm of that woman. Now, what makes sexual harassment so very crucial is because of the fact that the lady is employed there. So, she is an employee who is working in a particular organization, and her economic resources or economic dependence is entirely on that organization, and it is the same organization, sometimes the employees and sometimes the employer of the organization, who indulges in certain practices. Now, so at one end, on one side, it is the issue of her economic security, where if she protests or she wants to object or take some further action, she may immediately suffer in terms of her economic independence, because she may be thrown out of the job, or there may be other actions taken against her. At the same time, at the personal level, it affects the woman. There is a serious psychological trauma which affects the woman, because she has to bear through that behavior every day, where in a workplace where she is working for a substantial period of time, she has to bear with certain attitudes, certain behaviors which make her uncomfortable, which make her unwelcome, or which seriously threatens her well-being. She has to bear with that silently and continue with her performance, because working in a workplace requires you to perform and it requires you to achieve certain targets. And what becomes very difficult, that for the woman is, in the face of this negative attitudes or adverse behavior which is shown towards her, she finds it very difficult to adjust and adapt herself to the environment and perform well and perform to the satisfaction of the employer of the organization. So, it poses to be a peculiar situation for the woman, and it is also known to her in case she brings the issue out of the organization. It becomes an issue of reputation for the entire organization, and the organization would prefer not to keep her or not to continue with her, because the interest of the organization in maintaining their reputation is more than protecting the interests of the woman. So, overall what happens is, sexual harassment at workplace becomes a very complex and integrated problem, where it becomes very difficult for the woman to really raise her voice, to protest or to object to certain kinds of behavior. And what is being seen is, because of this, there has been more and more instances of such behavior coming up across the world. So, in India it has been only a few decades, but in America through research etc., it has been seen in all sectors of employment, specifically defense forces etc. There have been widespread issues of discriminatory practices and sexual harassment of women, and therefore making it very difficult for the woman to cope up with the entire situation. Now, that lies at the base of it, that when we are speaking of women's rights, when we are speaking of elimination of violence against women, no woman should be subjected to any sexual harassment at the workplace. So, that lies at the core of the issue, that no woman, as we have said, the constitution guarantees equality, no discriminatory practices. It is important that if a woman is at a workplace, she must be given a safe and secure environment to work, to perform, and there cannot be any sort of a arbitrary, demeaning, degrading practices which is put on her. Now, when we say sexual harassment, what does it really stand for? Now, generally when we speak of this term, it refers to a behavior which has a sexual connotation. There is a sexual reference, the sexuality of the woman is in question, and that is abusive, injurious or unwelcome to the woman. So, what is very important is, there must be a sexual connotation. Any other types of behavior or any other types of words used, expressions used, which do not have a sexual connotation, in the sense that she is a woman and there are certain aspects of her which refer to her sexuality or her femininity in particular. If there is a specific reference to that, then only a harassment comes within the scope of sexual harassment. Any sort of a general comment which is made generally, irrespective of the person being man, woman, then it would not take the character or color of sexual harassment. What is also important, that that connotation must be abusive, must be injurious or unwelcome for the woman. So, that is something which she does not welcome or she does not accept, and she finds it somewhere affecting her well-being and abusive to her femininity, to her sexuality. So, that is very important when we are speaking of sexual harassment. Now, what is important here is the impact which it creates. Something very important and something which is often pleaded is the harasser saying that he never meant that, he never wanted it to have that meaning, he had said it in some other sense. So, we have to understand the connotation, the reference to the sexual aspect of the person and the impact that it in terms created on the woman. It is not the issue of intention of the harasser, and as I said previously, generally there are direct links with the economic aspect when it comes to sexual harassment. However, that is not an imperative or a sine qua non, because it may or may not entail economic losses. A whole lot of behaviors and individual acts can come within the scope of the definition or the meaning of sexual harassment. These are just some of the illustrations of the types of behavior which can qualify for such act. Pinching, touching, grabbing, brushing, leering at a woman's body, showing indecent pictures or cartoons, singing indecent songs, request for sexual favors, threatening termination on refusal to do sexual acts, comments about a woman's personal life, so on and so forth. There can be many others which can be thought of, but generally these are the type of acts or activities which qualify for the term sexual harassment. A good example probably can be the Rupan Deol Bajaj versus KPS Gill case, where the person, that is the respondent, came and tapped at the bottom of a woman. Now, that is something which is extremely humiliating of a woman and is definitely most welcome and abusive form of behavior for a woman. So, even though it may be something which the man deems as normal and acceptable, maybe vis-a-vis other men or whatever, but with regard to a woman, that is something which is an unacceptable form of behavior and therefore definitely qualifies the definition of sexual harassment. Now, generally, as such in India, we really do not see in terms of the various typologies. However, literature puts it as two categories of sexual harassment which takes place. One is quid pro quo and the other is hostile environment. Now, quid pro quo generally refers to this for that, where an employer makes tangible job related consequences such as promises of promotion, higher pay, academic advancements, etc., conditional upon obtaining sexual favors from an employee. If you do this for me, I will give you that. So, this for that is generally one in lieu of the other, and that holds for the various promises which may be given to a person on fulfillment of one or the other sexual favors. The other is what we call the hostile environment, when unwelcome sexual conduct unreasonably interferes with an individual's job performance or creates a hostile, intimidating or offensive work environment, even though it may not result in tangible or economic job consequences. Now, that is the second situation where unwelcome sexual conduct is perpetrated and that seriously interferes with the work performance or with the entire environment which surrounds a woman who is working, but as such there are no economic consequences, losses which are involved in the process. So, what is important is sexual harassment is wrong not because of the fact that there are economic losses sustained or adverse environment, but because it is a demeaning practice, one that attacks the dignity and self-respect of the victim as an employee and as a human being. So, that is something very, very important, that it goes against dignified living guaranteed under Article 21, it goes against the self-respect of a victim, and it affects the integrity of a person as a human being, and that is where it is a prohibited practice.